On a warm Miami night in 2013, a blood-smeared cocktail glass was found beside a rooftop infinity pool. Floating in that same pool was the body of Julian Vega, a millionaire playboy known for his charm, exotic cars, and a rotating circle of beautiful companions. But beneath the glitz, Julian had secrets, and one of them had just killed him. Julian Vega was a Miami socialite, the son of a Cuban-American hotel mogul. In his early 30s, he had inherited the family business after his father's sudden death, expanding it into luxury short-term rentals and boutique nightlife. Charismatic and camera-ready, Julian was often photographed with celebrities, models, and influencers. He had nearly 1 million followers on Instagram. But behind the curated persona was a man known for burning bridges, especially with lovers. His penthouse overlooked Biscayne Bay. It was the kind of place that screamed excess. Champagne walls, Versace wallpaper, and a private rooftop pool. On April 14, 2013, Julian hosted one of his notorious invite-only parties. The guest list was tight, the music loud, and the drinks endless. Neighbors would later tell police they heard shouting between 2:30 and 3 a.m., followed by the sudden end of the music. Then silence. At 3:47 a.m., police received an anonymous call. There's a dead man floating in a pool on the top floor of the Vega Tower. Julian was found face down in the water, a single stab wound to the neck, just below the jawline. The wound was precise, almost surgical. Blood had trickled down from the neck, diluted by the water, leaving a crimson halo around his body. Near the edge of the pool was a lipstick-smeared cocktail glass, a silk scarf, and one Christian Louboutin heel. The security footage from the building's elevators showed multiple guests leaving between 3 o'clock and 3:30 a.m., but none entering after 2:45 a.m. The last person to leave appeared to be a woman, wearing a wide-brimmed hat and oversized sunglasses at night. Detective Rosa Marin was assigned the case. A seasoned investigator with a reputation for reading people as well as she read crime scenes, Marin immediately suspected that this was no random act of violence. Julian's lifestyle had made him both adored and despised. In the first week alone, detectives interviewed 14 former girlfriends. 3 had restraining orders against him. 1, an aspiring actress named Lena Moretti, had allegedly threatened to ruin him after a messy breakup that ended with leaked intimate photos and a PR nightmare. But Lena had an alibi. She was on a live podcast during the time of the murder. The forensic team found partial prints on the cocktail glass and the scarf, but none matched anyone in Julian's known circle. Surveillance footage showed the mysterious woman enter with Julian around 1 a.m. and head to the rooftop, but her identity was still unknown. As news of Julian's death spread, media outlets latched onto the story. Tabloids dubbed it the Playboy murder, and social media spiraled into theories. Was it a jealous ex? A drug deal gone wrong? A hit from a business rival? Podcasts dedicated entire episodes to his lifestyle. Former lovers spoke anonymously to reporters, painting Julian as manipulative and narcissistic. Meanwhile, others remembered him as charming and generous. The narrative was polarizing. Detective Marin, however, kept her focus. "Everyone wants to solve a case from their couch," she told a colleague. "But justice needs evidence." Marin and her team began digging into Julian's recent financial and personal records. In the weeks leading up to his death, Julian had made several large wire transfers to offshore accounts. He had also withdrawn $20,000 in cash days before his party. That money was never found. His assistant, Diego Ramirez, told detectives Julian had been acting paranoid. He'd asked for new surveillance to be installed privately without alerting building management. Diego had arranged it, and hidden cameras had been installed facing the hallway and rooftop entrance. Those tapes revealed something the main building's cameras hadn't. At 3:16 a.m., Julian and a woman stepped out onto the rooftop, arguing. She was holding what looked like a wine bottle. They vanished from the camera's view just beyond the pool's cabana. 10 minutes later, only the woman returned, walking calmly, adjusting her scarf. She paused, looked directly at the hidden camera, as if she knew it was there, and smiled. A private investigator hired by Julian's mother revealed that the woman was Serena Duval, a French-American art dealer in her mid-20s, known for being as enigmatic as she was beautiful. Her gallery had gone bankrupt 2 years prior, and she was living off wealthy connections ever since. When questioned, Serena appeared cooperative but aloof. She admitted to attending the party but claimed she left at 2:15 a.m. and took an Uber to her hotel. The Uber driver initially confirmed her story, but GPS data later revealed a detour. The car had stopped for 10 minutes near a park just blocks from Vega Tower. Marin dug deeper into Serena's background. Raised in Paris, she was the only child of a once famous sculptor who fell into obscurity and addiction. Serena's childhood had been marked by instability, but she emerged from it with refined taste and magnetic charisma. She used art and later men as her ticket into the elite. Her relationship with Julian began with passion, but quickly spiraled. Text messages revealed their dynamic was toxic. Obsession, control, betrayal. Serena wrote to Julian, "You make people feel special so you can forget they're real. I'm not one of your toys, Julian." Marin discovered Serena had purchased a rare antique dagger from a private collector in Little Havana just weeks before the murder. It was small enough to conceal, sharp enough to pierce vital arteries. A forensic sweep of Serena's hotel room turned up a matching sheath hidden in a purse compartment. When confronted with the evidence, Serena's demeanor changed. She stopped speaking altogether, invoking her right to remain silent. Her legal team filed motions to suppress the hidden camera footage, but failed. Serena's trial began in late 2014 and lasted 6 weeks. The prosecution built a narrative of obsession turned deadly. They played voice memos, showed the camera footage, and introduced her journal as evidence. The defense painted Julian as a predator, implying Serena acted in self-defense or emotional break. But the jury wasn't convinced. Serena Duval was found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The case became a cultural touchstone. Documentaries were made. Julian's story became a cautionary tale about fame, wealth, and emotional manipulation. Serena was profiled in books and psychological studies. Even years later, the rooftop of Vega Tower remains untouched. Residents report flickering lights, whispers at night. Urban legend, maybe, but every legend begins somewhere. Detective Marin later told a journalist, "This wasn't just about murder. It was about power, ego, and identity. Two people who lived in illusions, one trying to possess, the other to destroy. In the end, neither survived." If this story kept you on the edge of your seat, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more chilling true crime stories, and turn on the bell so you never miss a mystery. This is True Crime Vault, where every secret has a key and every case tells a story.